Ladies and gentlemen, so today we have one interesting question which reads to say, consider the following frequencies. So this is the frequency distribution table which they have told us to consider. So the question that we have is to construct a histogram. So for you to construct a histogram, you need to have another column which is of the boundary. So for you to find this boundary column, what you do is something that is very unique but simple. So you only pick two classes of your choice. So let us pick the second and the third class. So immediately you pick the second and the third. If you want, you can pick the first and the second, second or third, third or fourth, fourth and the fifth. So that's how you pick them up. So what you basically do for you to come up with what is referred to as the boundary, you will subtract the lower boundary of the second class from the upper boundary of the lower boundary of the third class with the upper boundary of the second class. So you subtract 30 minus 29, you get the value to be 1, and you divide it by 2, you get the value to be 0.5. So what you will basically now do, for you to fill up the boundary column, you will be subtracting the 0.5 from every boundary of each and every class that we have been given, and you will add 0.5 to the upper boundary of each and every class. So 10 minus 0.5 is 9.5 to 19.5. Here we have 19.5. 0.5 plus 29 is 29.5. 30 minus 0.5 is 29.5. 39 plus 0.5, that is 39.5. 40 minus 0.5, that is 39.5. And lastly, we have 49 plus 0.5, that is 49.5. Or this one is our lastly. So 50 minus 0.5 is 49.5. Then 59 plus 0.5 is 59.5. So having done what we have done, we will now draw a kind of an axis having both the x-axis and the y-axis. So we'll draw our y-axis and we'll draw the x-axis. So we have drawn here. Then remember, the y-axis will contain the frequencies, and this one, the x-axis, will contain the number of classes. So if you check the frequencies, you have 2, 7, 17, 14 together with 10. So you need to find a way in which you can put them so that you can put them in order. So let us use the groups of 5, 5 for us to come up with that. So we'll just use our 30 centimeter ruler. So we can say here is 5, 10, 15, 20. So this is 5, 10, 15, 20. So these are the frequencies that are on the y-axis. Then we have the boundary to be 9.5 to 19.5. If you check nicely, let us subtract 19.5 minus 9.5. I just want to get the difference. Look, you have the difference to be 10. So one thing that we'll do, since we're having the difference to be 10, then let us start from 9.5. Remember, the difference is 10. So we have 19.5. Nextly, we have 29.5, 39.5, 49.5. Lastly, we have 59.5. So what we do now is we will just plot these as coordinates. Remember, the first one is 10, which is 9.5 to 19.5. So what you do is you will draw your histogram here all the way to there. So this one is the first one which we have. And the second one is telling us we should go all the way to 14, starting from 19.5 all the way to 29.5. So what we do here is, remember 14 is somewhere here. So we are starting from 19.5 all the way to 29.5. Then we are having the second one, the third one, which is 17. So we can assume 17 is somewhere there. Remember, this is not drawn to scale. So we have 17 somewhere there. Remember, they have said start from 29. So we are starting from 29 here all the way to 39.5. We are also doing the same. Remember, they are telling us to say the frequency is 7, start from 39.5. So the frequency is 7, so let's assume 7 is somewhere here. So we are starting on 39.5, ending on 49.5. Then we also have the last one, of which the frequency is 2, where we have said that they have said start from 49.5, end on 59.5. So we have started on 49.5. Remember, the frequency is 2, so let's assume 2 is somewhere here. So we have started from 2, ending here. So this is our histogram. So one thing you can do, you can even shade it to just give it an attractive look. Maybe you can attract some more marks. So this is how you construct your histogram. Your host, Golden Zulu.